I'm doing another enclosure tour update video of our larger enclosures. This is a 6x2x4 by Dubia. It's a 2x2x4 and a 4x2x4 put together with their connector kit, which does not fit perfectly on these enclosure sizes because they're about, the 2x2x4 is a couple millimeters smaller than the 4x2x4, but you can make it work. Here's our girl right here. This is Lily, our Vietnamese blue beauty. She was trying to dig in the substrate, so I thought it would be a good time to make the video. I'll go over some of the technical stuff here. So our lighting setup is the Arcadia Jungle Dawn LED, two 25-watt reptile system eco halogen bulbs. They're pretty gentle halogen bulbs. I have a guide for picking basking bulbs and UVB and thermostats and stuff. I'll put it in the description if you are interested in checking that out. We use two Arcadia Shade Dweller 7% bulbs. I don't have my meter in this video, but I'll do it on another enclosure. You can see it gives about the perfect UVB level for a rat snake up there. We have a 125-watt ReptiRad heat panel. Also have a guide for picking those out. Put in the description. Something to note with an enclosure this big, it's extremely difficult to heat them, especially this being thin PVC. I look at my gradient as, you know, up and down instead of sideways. And my snakes, they all spend most of their time in the upper portion, so I just kind of worry about ambience up top. I don't really worry about them down low, for my hot side anyways. Up in these little vine canopies that tied to the ceiling, they're Skyhides. I'll get up on the step ladder and show you them, but my snakes spend a lot of their time in there too. What are you looking at? You know, what the heck are you doing? She's very flighty. She doesn't like when I'm messing with her. These are Toad Ranch cliffhanger shelves. I've got one up here and one down here. This also Toad Ranch destination background that I've applied. Cut size for this enclosure. I've installed removable Skyhides in all of these, which I've also installed size up so I can just unscrew these small ones and put in bigger ones when she's bigger. Whole bunch of cork, whole bunch of climbing stuff. You got these little hides in here. Elevated water bowls. Snakes love elevated water bowls. I use disposable water bowls. I change them out once a week, usually every Sunday. I'll put in fresh ones. Wednesday I'll change the water. I'll keep the same bowls though, and I just recycle them every week. I don't worry about dirty water bowls anymore. It's very nice. You can get them pretty cheap. A couple cents a bowl. Anyways, yeah, this is pretty much it. She really likes digging. Can't really see in the video, but there's all these tunnels and stuff. That's what she was trying to do before I disturbed her. And this is our 6x2x4. Just a lot of climbing opportunities. These big bridges, all my snakes love climbing on these. Get those off of Etsy. I also get the Skyhide Mounts off of Etsy. Get up here real fast. I'll show you the top of the enclosure. I use these PVC panels from Home Depot to cover the top. You can see my lighting setup here. Herbstat 4 runs everything. Here is the Skyhides I was talking about. They just slide in and out. Very easy to remove the snake from them if they're up there. You can see how I've zip tied all these vines up here. I'll try to put links for all this stuff in the comments just in case anybody wants to see it. In my guide I have more pictures and stuff how to mount a radiant heat panel to your mesh top, but it's just nuts, bolts, and washers. Pretty simple. Pretty simple stuff. My Herbstat runs 2 of the lights. It runs the heat panel, and the 4th slot is just a timer for the LED and the UVB bulbs put together. So everything's automatic in here. Very simple. Water bowls disposable. Super simple, easy to take care of. Hey Lil, what you doing, girl? She's about a year old now. She's a good girl. Not very bitey. She'll nip every once in a while, but probably she's just kind of flighty and likes being left alone. Yeah. We'll move on to the 4x2x4s next. All right, this is Fuji's enclosure. It's a Dubia 4x2x4. I believe he's up in his Skyhide, but you can kind of see it's the same basic setup. We got the background, we got the ledges, Skyhides. Now on the 4x2x4s, I do the heating a little differently. I have two ReptiRad 40-watt panels daisy chained together just because that's what fits, or I'd use an 80-watt. It's the same basic principle, you know. If it's winter time, when it gets really cold in here, it'll heat up, it'll bring the hot air up where I have the top to trap it, and they're in their Skyhides or they're in their cork rounds up there, so they get a good ambient up there. Again, same thing. My heat zones are up high and down low. These are Mag Natural ledges, by the way. You can get them from a company called Superior Shipping Supply that sells them. You can get them on Amazon. I recommend going directly to their website though, Superior Shipping Supplies. I cut this one myself for the elevated water bowls, but they do sell one pre-cut. It's pretty cool, and they got all different sizes, colors and stuff. I use a lot of magnets in my enclosures to hold stuff. So the bridges in the Vietnamese Blue Beauties enclosure is held on by eye hooks that just go through, and I bolted them on there. He is up in his Skyhide here, I believe. Oh, hey, what's up, buddy? See your head peeking out there. He has outgrown this. I need to put a bigger one in. Every time he gets in, he just pushes it right out. But he loves his Skyhide. He's always up in these. He's got two back there, you can see. I like to give them options. They use both of them. Yeah, and you can see like I've got little cork rounds going up. They just keep going up. It acts like little climbing trees and stuff they can go in and out of. 4x2x4s use, I put two 40-watt ReptiRad panels just because it fits under one shelf from Toad Ranch. I use an 80-watt, but the support's in the middle. These are just daisy chained together. There's no room to put them up top, so that's where they go. You know, I could put them under those, but I didn't. Anyways, same theory is that, you know, in wintertime it gets really cold in this room, so, you know, they'll kick on and raise the heat up top where they're gets trapped by the PVC panel up top, and, you know, creates that little good ambient zone. These I kind of modified myself with silicone patches just to make them a little better hides. Yeah, here is his 4x2x4. All right, here's my Rhino ratsnakes 4x2x4. Exact same setup as all my other enclosures, so I won't stay on this too long. I pulled him out of his Skyhide up there, so you could see him. So nice, these brackets I use, and they're one piece, so it's a lot easier to install them. You know, they go all around the back, so whether you're screwing them in or zip tying them, you don't have to take guesswork with the ones that are two pieces. You're going, why the heck did you pull me out from there? He's getting kind of big for his hide too. Might need to upgrade soon. I will say, when I put these Dubia enclosures together, I silicone everything around the enclosure. All the tracks, you know, I use a caulk gun and I silicone inside the track, then I put the panels in. So these enclosures are, you know, they're rock solid. They don't move. You know, people that say Dubia enclosures aren't good enclosures, they're thin and flimsy. I'm just gonna say they don't know how to put an enclosure together properly. Now that being said, this is an extra step, so, you know, and you can't take these apart once you seal them, but for a budget enclosure, there's no reason why you can't make them, you know, way stronger if you spend a little bit extra money on an extra tube of silicone and put them in every seam. That's just something to keep in mind if you're putting together a large enclosure like this that could be a little bit rocky and stuff. And I do it in the small ones too, but I even do the middle divider back there. I'll silicone both sides. Like I said, every track gets siliconed. This enclosure is rock solid. Of course, it's never going to be as durable as a thick PVC enclosure, but I mean, I'd be impressed if you could mess this up or damage it or anything. Like, it just not even a concern or consideration to me of these things not being durable, not being good enclosures. They're fantastic enclosures. This guy's just chilling. What's up, buddy? Hey. He's a very good, calm boy. What's up, dude? Are you sleeping? I'm sorry. Yeah, you're gonna get food soon, don't worry. Ambient's a little higher than I like, but you know, it's 100 degrees out here. I'm doing the best I can. Humidity is pretty decent. These guys can stay about 45, is about as low as you want for room humidity, but yeah, this is his enclosure. What are you doing, dude? I'm trying to get the door back on. Trying to run away? Silly guy. It's very nice having the tall enclosures. It's just such a different viewing experience. Watching them, being able to climb an extra 2 feet plus. It's just really cool. And lastly, we have our 4x2x2 for our baby black rat snake, who's not too much of a baby anymore. He's getting a little bit of size on him. Huh, buddy? You know, it's the same concept. Climbing stuff, Skyhide's up top. The UVB and heating setup's a little different. Just got a dual dome, shade dweller, arboreal max, UVB in the back. Deep heat projector for nighttime heat, 50 watt incandescent bulb, Repti-Zoo bulb. I use 50 watt DHP in summer, 80 watt in winter. Just to keep the ambience up. It's on a herpstat too. Most of the time it's never on in summertime, of course. You know, he's got a little bit of hides. He's got his basking spot. He's always there basking. Water dishes, everything. He likes spending time in his little side hide. You're a really curious little feller, aren't you, buddy? Just enjoying his time. Okay, that's the 4x2x2. Just realized I forgot to show the UVB setup, but here you can kind of see like right where he could rest up top here. Pretty solid 1.7. You go up and it just kind of increases. These bulbs are a bit old. It's kind of hard to get right under it too. Yep, some pretty consistent readings. Yeah, so they have a pretty good range up here for, you know, if they want to get higher UVB, they can get up here. If they want lower, they can get down there. And pretty little consistent range for basking. Using those two 7% shade dwellers, and I use 2 of them just to have better coverage. So another little interesting thing is the back of the enclosures where the shelves are installed. You can see I use furniture hanger studs into the shelf supports, and I drill holes in the back of the thin PVC, which I'll place the studs through. Then I just use a couple large washer, small washer, and a nut. Goes straight through and holds them to the walls. Pretty simple and straightforward. Here's the eye bolt nuts, washers for the bridges on Vietnamese Blue Beauty's enclosure. So those are 6 foot long bridges. They need a little bit more support instead of magnets.